Tell me the secret to getting shredded. How can I beat you in an arm wrestle, Ben?
I love when we get a car that is absolutely filthy and the customer may have been to someone else and they can't get it right, or they've said this can't be done or this can't be done, and I look at them like, we can do that. And then you give them back something and they're just absolutely blown away.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Getting to Know Your Local Detailer, and welcome back to Detail and Protect. Today I have a very special guest with me, which is my very good friend and long-term customer, Benn Smith from Kingz of Car Care. Ben, how you going?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. I'm very, very good. Thank you for doing this twice for me since I stuffed up the first one.
Anything for you, mate.
Thank you. So if anybody's wondering why Ben is back in his normal uniform, which is the singlet, instead of the IGL green shirt from the shorts, it's because we had to redo this twice.
Yeah.
So thank you, especially since you're so busy. But Ben, not to digress, buddy, I do have a few questions that I've lined up and a few curveballs for you.
Yeah.
But before we get into them, why don't you tell me a little bit about your business and where you're located?
Yeah, so we're in Wyong on the Central Coast. Started Kingz about 11 years ago. Very, very small. It was just I just had a car with a boot. Like I said, about $300 worth of products. Didn't even have a gurney, no shampoo machine. I didn't even have a buff. I didn't even know how to buff back then, and it was just a hunger just to do something I liked. And from there, it's grown to my current shop, which is about 460 squares. I've got staff, and I was doing 60, 70-hour weeks. Much to do.
That's the part-time shift for you.
Yeah,
Ben.
it is.
Well, you only just moved into this recent shop now.
Yep.
And you're already outgrowing it pretty quickly.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a tricky one, you know. We can stack so many cars in here, but you've only got so many hours in the day. So it's more now probably about utilising the space, getting a quicker turnover for people to keep them happy and get their cars back to them as soon as we can.
And you know what? This leads to my next question is, what kind of services do you offer? Because you're quite unique. We have a lot of busy applicators that use IGL in Australia, but you're very different to them. What services do you offer there?
So obviously our main would be IGL coatings. We're doing the Aegis as well, which has taken off really well. All your pre-sale details, normal details. We do have a Toyota dealership that we work really close with. We do a lot of their work. And we've also got a company called CPB that we do a lot of site vehicles for them. So to manage everyone and keep everyone happy, it's a full-time gig doing that.
You never say no. You do everything.
I never say no. Just make it work.
You're one of the very few people that no matter how busy you are, you still pick up the phone, call me up and say to me, I don't know if things are ever going to go quiet. And you're a machine.
Biggest fear of mine. It's been the biggest fear is not to be able to provide for my family. And every time I say it to someone, I worry the phone won't ring, and everyone will say, has it ever happened? I'm like, no. It hasn't happened.
And you're getting busier and busier.
Yeah, it has been a little bit slower lately, but we're still busy. We've still got to do the 60-hour weeks.
When you say quieter, I know in the last podcast you said your busiest week was how many coatings again?
I think 5, but that's trying to manage everything else as well. And, you get thrown a lot of curveballs where people need something done straight away or whatever. So you just, like I said, I never say no. I'll always try and do it, and I might ring my wife at 6 and I might listen, I'm going to be late again. Luckily, she's understanding now. So
we'll talk about your addiction to travel later on, and the bug that bit you.
Yeah.
But since you do all these different jobs, Ben, out of all the detailing things you do, what's your favorite thing that you like doing?
You know what? I love when we get a car that is absolutely filthy and the customer may have been to someone else and they can't get it right, or they've said this can't be done or this can't be done, and I look at them like, we can do that. And then you give them back something and they're just absolutely blown away. So they can take a bit longer, but the before and afters are always usually what speak, volume as a detailer, to be able to say to someone, this is what we do. Like, you can coat a new car. I love doing coatings. But your big difference is when you've had a real filthy car that you just transform and it looks better than new. Or when they're going to sell it, you do a pre-sale on it, then they go, oh man, I don't know if I want to sell it now. It looks too good. It's
that fulfillment that you get from those kind of jobs. And I think there's 2 jobs for me that you've done like that stand out. I think the recent one was some van that was orange and faded. Oh
yeah, the Jayco. Yeah. This poor lady, she bought the van. It was orange, and even as we were just literally washing it, the snow foam was turning yellow from the paint just coming off it, and I felt terrible for it, but we got it looking amazing, even to the point I had a couple of people say, look, your pictures look photoshopped. They
Well,
looked
you
fake.
had
And I said, look, I don't even know how to use Photoshop, so they're not.
well, look at us now, second time podcast, and we're still trying to make it work.
Yep. Still losing connections.
That's it. And this is the thing that a lot of people get wrong, Ben, in business, is that they become a detailer, they get busier and busier. And I know I've told you to do this, but what they start doing is they start letting go of the smaller jobs,
Yep.
only focusing on PPF or only focusing on ceramic coatings. And they forget that these kinds of jobs that you've just explained is what makes people so happy and remember you forever.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who made my car look new.
Yeah, especially if they're trying to sell it, like someone comes to me and you give them a price to do a pre-sale and they're a bit iffy, and I'll say to them, look, trust me on this. Like, when you get it back, it's going to be new. We did a NP300 a week ago, gave the customer a price, and it was up there. And he picked it up on the Saturday. He rang me on the Sunday, and he said to me, mate, he messaged me, he goes, I just want to let you know the car sold to the first person that looked at it, said it was the cleanest one ever. I got my asking price. I was over the moon.
It's amazing. And the people don't understand that detailing is not just washing and vacuuming. It's transforming the car.
100%. It's, the hours that you're going to put into it, and, to give it back, obviously something that looks better than new.
On the flip side of this coin, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's your least favorite thing that you do in detailing? Something that you cringe whenever it comes in. Like, I don't want this.
What do I hate? Geez, I don't know. Sometimes when you've got to prep and coat a wheel that is just so fiddly, like
like your wheels, the mesh wheels.
Yeah, like the mesh wheels on the new BMWs, like on the M3s or whatever they are. They're just, and I've got fat fingers, man. I'm trying to get fingers in there to clean, and you're spending so much time on a little wheel.
I have two friends who are going to be watching this podcast.
Yeah.
And they're really, really good friends. They were customers before. Now they've become some of my best friends that I have.
Yeah.
And both of them have made me coat their wheels that are that style. I hope you're watching this. It's not just me who doesn't like coating those wheels.
Yeah, there's got to be an easier way.
Spray.
That's what I'm thinking. Do the airbrush thing.
Yeah, you got to do the airbrush.
Yeah.
Well, enough talking about business and coatings.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ben.
Yep.
And tell me the secret to getting shredded. How can I beat you in an arm wrestle, Ben?
Man, I train 6 days a week. I do have a coach that helps me sort of get to where I want. I'm 44 now. The metabolism's not what it was when I was 21. I eat 5-6 times a day. Just more cautious of junk food, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
But like I said, the old metabolism is not as forgiving as it was when I was 18.
No. Well, how long have you been training for? Were you always training and fit, or?
Yeah, I've probably been training for probably 20 years. Do you know what? It's for me, if I don't train in the morning, I'm walking around bumping into things. Like, it's just one of the, how people got to have their morning coffee. I've got to train. It's just, and even if it's just an hour on cardio doing something on a treadmill or whatever, it's just something. Just got to do it, tick it off.
Well, you said that you do 80 hours a week working. Why don't you tell everybody what time you start going to the gym?
I'm usually up at 4:30 in the morning. Try and be at the gym by 5. I alternate with my wife. She does at 45. So I'll have the kids. She'll go. I'll meet her in the driveway. Then I'll go.
Proper inspiration, man. 2 kids, a wife, a business, and being fit.
Yeah.
That's. I can't even do that. That's you are a machine. But that's with the training, and the plan is to arm wrestle you.
Done.
Just don't hurt me too much.
Next Malaysia trip.
Next Malaysia trip. Well, on that subject of the Malaysia trip, why don't we talk about that?
Yeah.
Tell me about your recent travels, and then tell me about how you got into traveling.
My recent travels. So I took the family to Thailand in January, which was amazing. I've done a couple of trips to Bali, went to Hong Kong, took my kids to Disneyland. But my first trip was obviously to Malaysia with you guys, which I do get a little bit of anxiety. So I think for the 4 days at the IGL factory, I took in absolutely no knowledge, nothing at all, had anxiety. But from that's got me wanting to travel a bit more. So I'm heading away again in January to Thailand, then New Zealand, and then hopefully back to Malaysia.
Well, hopefully. It's definitely on the cards.
Yeah.
Well, not on the cards. It is planned. We just have to lock in the date.
Yeah.
But your trip to Malaysia was straight into the deep end. But first of all, you decided to drink the tap water.
Twice. Because I'd only ever heard of barley belly, so I went, well, it mustn't be the same everywhere else. So we landed, and I woke up in the morning and went to the gym and had a pre-workout with a big thing of tap water. Came back, we had the buffet breakfast, and then I remember I was going to go train again, so I had another one. And then a bit later that night, I think I said to you, mate, I'm not feeling that well. And from then it was, someone had something to help me, and it was, lesson learned. I remember ringing my wife, and she's like, what are you doing? Why?
It was my wife. So my wife is a
Oh, that's right.
pharmacist, and she packs away the whole pharmacy
She
when we
had the whole
travel.
pharmacy with her, so she dropped.
Yeah.
That's right. She dropped it to the front desk and fixed me up.
I don't know if I ever told you, Ben. There was one point where we were walking, and you said to me, these people are staring at me. I feel intimidated.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I told you that. I reckon they're staring at you because they're intimidated.
Well,
You're twice their height. You look like you're going to eat them.
I was stressing, and I rang a friend of mine in Australia, and I said, bro, they're all staring. He said, mate, they'd be more worried about you than you are them. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's all right then. That helped a little bit.
When you came up to me at the grand opening for the Leading Edge shop,
Yep.
and you know, hey man, I've been following you for a while, and
Yeah.
I want to use IGL. Is it I'm not a good detailer. I'm learning.
Yep.
Downplaying the Ben all the time. I'm like, this guy's gonna come kill me. Is massive.
I remember I had to follow
ripped.
you around because you were like a celebrity. Everyone wanted a piece of you, and I sort of hovered around you like I was a bit of a stalker. And I'd said to my wife, I'm literally driving all the way down. I just want to say hello, and then I'm leaving. And she's like, all right. So drove down, said hello. I think I gave you a card, and then you were off being, I think you had autograph signing or something to do the rest of the day.
Funny thing with that one is, first of all, I was PR, not a celebrity.
Ah, okay. I didn't know. I couldn't get a chance. It was really hard to get close. I think you had an autograph signing to do a little bit later on that day or something.
I don't have my shrine yet.
Yeah,
There's no
I
shrine
have
yet.
a shrine. I have a shrine of Christian Rawson out the back.
It's that's your motivation to wake up every day at 4 a.m.
It is. He's too nice a guy to hassle him, so I decided to build a shrine instead.
But he's got stiff competition coming up. I just don't think you'll ever admit to catching up to him.
I'm happy to be number two to him being number one.
I'm sure he'll be watching this. I'm 100% sure he'll be watching this. Christian, we need your autographs.
Yeah. Bring some red carpet down here, buddy. Make me feel special.
Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to ask about the toys, but I'm not going to ask too much detail about the latest toy. All right. So tell me about your toys and how they've come about. I know that one of them has a very special meaning to you.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that one specifically whenever you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a beautiful story that needs to be shared.
Yeah, so I've got my Chev, which was my mum's car. Had that for about 8 years. I could never sell that one. I've got the Cadillac that I bought, which told the wife was going to be get it, tidy it up, sell it. That was about 5 years ago. Still got that one, and then the Rolls.
See, seems to be a common story with that tidying it up and selling it, Ben.
Yeah, and then I bought a Rolls Royce. I had I lost my best mate in April, and we were on our way to sell one of his cars, and I'd really wanted a Rolls Royce. I'd been looking, and long story short, I bought this one, and there was this big push to get it, all this stuff done before a show. It was going to be the last show he was ever going to go to, and I got it finished on the Saturday and got it to the show on the Sunday. So yeah, it was massive. 14 months of just it wrecked me. Still
It
has
was cancer.
Still has wrecked me, to be honest. He had brain cancer, and it's the hardest thing to watch. So
you really did go. You went over and above for him and his family. I know you looked after his wife, and you still support them.
Still do. She drives me nuts, but I love her to death. She's amazing. She's doing really well. Me and my wife are always checking in on him, going over there, visiting, and like a little family.
And I think he would have really appreciated seeing that Rolls come up. And for people who are watching, obviously by now you would have seen a few photos pop up on the podcast.
Yep.
It's not a normal Rolls.
No, it's we changed everything in it. We did a full color change, deleted parts of the car. We did a full retrim. It's got full airbag suspension, custom made wheels. Same thing. Thought it was going to be X amount, and it completely blew out. But in saying that, my lovely wife likes driving it, so I have told her that this is her car. So yeah, she actually likes driving, and it drives really nice. We go for a cruise, we can put the kids in it. We go for a cruise, she can drive, I can drive. It is a good car.
And you turned that project over very quick. I think it was only a few months.
Yeah, it was. It realistically would have been. I mean, we were just going to do it. It's going to be a quick color change, and then when one of the boys started looking into it, we ended up doing a full bare metal respray. We did heaps. Got rid of door locks. Got rid of antennas. We filled in a lot of things that most people wouldn't have even seen. So had a lot of people really come together for that car, and like I said, finished it on the Saturday. And the car hadn't been driven in like 19 months, so we were hoping that it would make it to Sydney and back, and it did. It was perfect. Even now, like a few little bugs here and there, but it's been such a good car. So,
Mate, what a way to farewell your
yeah,
name. Like that would have been a beautiful way as well. I do have a complaint about the car. I'm not a guy who requests stuff, Ben, but I did request scissor doors or suicide doors, not scissors. It's not a Lamborghini.
you know what? If the budget wasn't a problem, I would have done a lot more to it. I would have done a lot more. But having the 3 cars to maintain, plus my Harley, can get up there. Can be expensive. Old cars, there's always something. Always something you've got to fix on them or make better or whatever. There's always something.
It's good that each one of them has a beautiful story. I am going to ask about the R1, but I'm not going to ask in detail about the R1. So the excuse of I'm going to buy it and fix it and sell it stays.
Oh, look, I probably will. I got it a couple of weeks ago. I it was a little bit rough looking, and it's turned out to be a little bit rougher than I thought. So we'll just leave it at that. It's I actually like riding it, and I'm hoping to take the wife out on it a few times. But yeah, probably I don't know. It's
I know the way it's going to end up. It's going to end up having a chassis extension with some really nice big wheels, and it's going to be.
If I showed you a picture of it now, it looks like someone's stolen it and stripped it. It's in a million pieces already.
I'm looking forward to the transformation because you have really good taste with modifying things.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell me as much as you want that you're going to keep it a normal R1, but I know it's going to end up being the motorbike version of the Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
I have ordered a few bits that have changed a fair bit of it up already, but hopefully when the time comes to sell it, it'll be something someone wants.
I'm sure it will be. Now, Ben, before we wrap it up, I'm going to have 2 more questions for you. I want you to share a tip with the aspiring detailers who are watching this podcast that are scratching their head saying, how can I grow my business? How can I get as many bookings and jobs? And how can I be as busy as Ben? Give them some Ben wisdom.
So one thing I remember reading years ago, I think it was by Elon Musk. He said, if the average person works 40 hours a week and I work 80, I'll get there twice as quick. And it really stuck with me. And I was like, you know what? It's just something that's stuck in my head. I try not to knock back any job because at the end of the day, there's another detailer that's going to open up tomorrow down the street that's going to take that job from you. So,
and money in their pocket is money to help them, right? You might as well
keep
that job for you.
I try and build relations with my customers, right? Like I try and give her a good product, which is ideal, a good price and a good personality so that they're repeat customers. So then they've gone, you know what? Met Ben, he was really good to deal with. It's not just a money exchange. You build a friendship with someone, they've got trust in you. You know what I mean? I don't want to charge someone a stupid amount, see them in the street and have to hide because I feel like I ripped them off. And I've got lots of good. I've met heaps of people that are friends. They'll add me on Facebook. They'll say hello. I'll see them out. They'll say hello. And that for me, I mean, I've been in business 11 years. I've never spent $1 on advertising. I've never done a Google ad. I've never done anything.
That's the secret: is to treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
if it's just a money exchange, they're not going to feel valued. So, give them the value. Give them a good product. It just works. That's what works for me. I'm sure there's other people who have different business structures who do things completely different. If it works for them, sweet. This works for me, I like it. So just run.
And you're always looking at the next thing. Like you said, you never knock back a job. Like I remember, what is it? Only a few days ago, we were talking about PPF and dry ice blasting, and your brain is always working, even though you're booked out.
Yeah.
Your brain is always working.
Look, I mean, where my shop is now, there's room to add things to it. item of value that we can add that's going to help us and help the customer. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Can't argue with that advice. I think that's the best advice anybody can have, because even if you're a beginner and you're not good at something, if you keep doing it and you keep working hard, practice makes perfect.
100%. Honestly, when I started, I didn't have, like I said, I didn't even have a buff. It was just, you just make sure your attention to detail is spot on. Don't just go, oh, they didn't really pay for that. Like, if you're starting out, just go that little bit extra and then explain, look, I did this. People can see that, and they see the value of their money. And then as you get busier, you can put your prices up a little bit. And like I said, man, I was buying stuff from super cheap. Like, I didn't have anything, nothing at all. No,
Whatever you can.
Yeah, and you don't need a lot. You've just got to be. It's just that attention to detail. Otherwise, you just become the $100 guy that just does $100 details, and that's where you're going to be.
And the last question, Ben, is, do you have any tips or advice for the actual car owners or people either looking to book a detailer or people who have already had their car coated, and your advice for them to get the most out of it? If I had my car coated with you, what advice would you give me to get the most out of that car?
I usually just say to people, listen, treat your car as if it doesn't have a coating on it. Don't think that you've got a magical force field that you can drive your car off a cliff and it won't scratch it. So there's two things that go into a coating. It's how I prep it, how you maintain it. If you don't look after it, it's going to fail. And sometimes I try and steer clear instead of talking about coatings and things that people might not understand. So I might relate it to skin. I'll just say, listen, if you don't look after your skin, it's going to peel. If you don't shower, you're gonna feel clammy. You might not see it, but your paint's the same. Things are going to stick on top of it, and the longer you take to maintain your car, the more stuff is going to sit on top of your paint, and your coating's going to fail. So if you're going to wash yourself, wash your car.
It's not a ticket to neglect, and I think a lot of detailers sell it incorrect. They say, oh, you wash your car less, you don't have to wash it, you can just hose it off.
Yes. And it's not. I mean, they'll offer these ridiculous warranties. I'll give you a 712-year warranty, and you'll never get this, you never get that, and it's a shame. A lot of people will go for it. I can tell when people are shopping around. They've been sold a dream, and I probably sell more coatings by telling people what it's not going to do.
And Ben, you're the second podcast we have, and I'm starting to see a trend, because Christian Rawson's advice was almost the same as your advice. And I see that all the successful detailers who are busy with coatings are the ones who are not overselling it. They're just being realistic about it. It's like, imagine making skin cream and then saying to people, oh, use this skin cream and you don't have to shower again.
Yeah, or use this, you'll never get sunburn in your life. And that's the thing, I think a lot of detailers, they have the same pitch. You never got to do this, you never got to do that, it'll do this. And then when they ring me, I give them a different approach, and I'll say to them, I'm not going to sell you a dream. It's not going to do this, it's not going to do this, and it's not going to do that. This is what it will do. And then you can sort of see them go, okay, I feel like someone's actually broken it down and just told me the truth.
And that truth goes a long way, because it builds trust.
Yeah, 100%. And I haven't had one Kenzo come back. I'm real about it, honest, and had no complaints.
Well, customers will always be happy if they have an expectation and they get what they expected, or they get more than what they expected.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I usually say to people, listen, now that I've coated your car, please send me a text message or send me a video with you washing your car. It's going to be enjoyable, this and that. And a lot of the times they'll do it. Hey, Ben, just wanted to touch base, wash the car, love it, can definitely tell something's on it, and they're happy.
100%. Expectation is met and the customer's happy, and then they're going to tell their friends about you, they're going to tell their family, and they're going to bring you the next car.
Yep.
Well, Ben, mate, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you for giving me time again. I know you're very busy, and this is the second time we try this, but I think we got it this time.
Yeah. Can I just do a quick shout out to my wife and kids? Love you guys.
I hope they watched the video that I shared on the Bush Business YouTube channel.
Oh, she did. My wife did a little love heart under it.
Yeah, beautiful. You know what? I hope she watches this podcast as well to see that everything you do is for them. You haven't mentioned anything about you wanting to buy a Ferrari. It's all about
it's the Lamborghini.
The family.
It's the Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you fit
in
a Lamborghini?
I don't know how I can smuggle that one in here, but I don't know. She's a bit understanding, but I think a Lambo might just push me over the edge.
the excuse of I'm going to buy it and sell it back.
Yeah, well,
Third time lucky.
Yeah. I'm running out of those.
Well, buddy, you have a great day. Have a great Friday. Thank you for joining me, and everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you really got a lot of value out of chatting to Ben. He's an incredible wealth of knowledge and an inspiration for everybody.
Thank
you, Ben.
Appreciate it. See you guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.